Assalamu alaikum all. Hope your Ramadan is going well since the last check-in I did. So today's video is about the Quran and how to improve your recitation this month and how to improve that relationship with the Quran this month as well. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel and give this video a big thumbs up. So whether you're trying to do one ayah a day, 10 ayahs a day, a whole page, one para, the thing is, this is the way to do it. So myself, I'm actually aiming for a para a day, and the way I'm doing it is I'm reading a little bit in the morning at the moment, and then I'm also reading a little bit more in the afternoon as well. So I read for about an hour before Asr, and then also a little bit after Asr as well, up until Iftar. And usually with that time as well, I finish about a para. So before we begin with the tips of how to improve the recitation of the Quran and how to build that relationship, let's talk about the two Qurans that I use. So the thing is, I have two Qurans which I use. So one is the 13-line one. Well, actually, I think this is the 15-line one. Sorry. So one is the 15-line Quran, and the other one is the 13-line Quran. So the main difference between these two, besides the amount of lines, so this one has the original Arabic. So if you open it up, it's got the original Osmani Arabic. So it's a little bit different from the other one, which is more kind of the subcontinent region. So if we open up this Quran, it has the more like the Persian style or the subcontinent, like you'll see it in Afghanistan, India, Pakistan, I think Bangladesh as well, just in that region. So it's a little bit different. I don't know whether it goes up into Central Asia as well. But yeah, there's two different types of Qurans. And the thing is, myself, I kind of grew up reciting this one here in the madrasa. Although I can read the other one, I kind of prefer reading this one here. So the thing with this one here is that it has the original script that was used in the time of Uthman radiallahu anhu. And as you would know, a lot of these, like the the vowels and whatnot, so the fatha, the kasra, all of those things came in around the time of Uthman radiallahu anhu. And that was kind of just to fix up the issue of like words, like once the Quran reached other regions, certain words without the vowels, the people didn't actually know what the words were, and so for this reason you have the different types of scripts. I believe there's up to about 7 of them, but these two are the main ones. And kind of just give you the name as well. So this one here is the Uthmani script, which is the older looking one. I don't know what I mean by older looking one, but the other one, more complicated looking, I guess. And this one here is the Persian one, which is called the Naskh, Naskh, so Naskh script. So the thing is, although I like to read the Persian style one, the thing is, this one here does have a lot of benefits as well, this Quran here. So it's actually color coded, it's got the word by word translation as well, and on the side of the Quran, it actually has the full translation of the full ayah. So I think that's pretty cool, and it's really convenient, because the thing is, when I'm reading through, I find it a lot easier to kind of understand what I'm reading as well. So I kind of interchange between the two, but like I mentioned, I do prefer the Persian style one more, and I guess it's just because I've kind of gotten used to reading that one. So on top of this, I also have the app on my phone as well. So the app on the phone is actually called the 13-line app. So I don't know if you can actually, so this is a 13-line app. So it's called Quran 13 Lines, and I also double checked, so my phone is a Samsung, but it is available on the iOS as well, so you can also get it on the iPhone. So the cool thing about this one here is, as I'm reading through, I can actually bookmark pages as well, and this makes life so much easier, because it's just like you tap away and then you know what page you're on, and then you can actually make multiple bookmarks as well. So what I tend to do is kind of just bookmark my favorite surahs, or the surahs that I tend to read a lot. But also, as I'm going through, so I'm reading a para a day, so it's very convenient. I read like a certain amount in the morning, and then I read a certain amount in the afternoon, and even like in between, like before Salat is about to start, you can quickly read a page as well, so it's really convenient. At the same time as well, the one really good thing about this app is, if you get stuck on an ayah, you can actually hold it down and it recites it to you. So example, like right now I'm going to play from here. So this is Surah Yusuf. Has to download first.
وقال الملك ائتوني به أستخلصه لنفسي فلما كلمه قال إن إنك اليوم لدينا مكين أمين.
And then the cool thing about this also is that while I'm doing this, I can even like hold it down and it actually goes and gives you the translation as well. So I really enjoy using this app, and I feel like if you do want to improve the recitation of your Quran, the best way to do it is actually use this app. So those are the three methods that I use of reading. So I've got the two different Qurans, and then I got the one on the phone as well. So the thing is, before reciting the Quran, you need to know what the intentions of reading the Quran are. So the thing is, they say that when you read the Quran, that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaking to us. And then when we make dua, that's us speaking with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So our intention should be, when we recite the Quran, that it brings us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and through this recitation, we find comfort in it as well. And the thing is, your intentions can always be different as well, but the thing is, as long as we know what our intentions are, that's always the best way to start before reading the Quran. So the second point is, when you're reciting the Quran, just like anything else, practice makes perfect. And I know this is probably something very cliche and you hear it a lot, but honestly, it really applies to the Quran as well, because you're reading a certain amount every day, and you have to make sure that it's a set amount as well. And you read this on a daily basis. The more you read it, the easier it becomes. So the second point is definitely reciting it on a regular basis so that it becomes easier for you. The third point is to use the Quran apps. Honestly, these apps come in so handy. So yeah, let's say I'm on Surah 5 here. So the way I do it is I'll recite the ayah and then I'll listen to it back. And then I'll keep doing this until I feel comfortable with it. So example, let's just say I'm holding down the first ayah, so select the first ayah.
الحمد لله رب العالمين.
الحمد لله رب العالمين.
الرحمن الرحيم.
الرحمن الرحيم. And then yeah, pretty much you just keep doing that until you get the tajweed on point. So example, maybe my ha's are not that great, which I've been told I need to perfect and work on. So yeah, you just keep playing it until you get it. And the thing is, there's a lot of surahs we know by heart, and we want to just perfect that recitation. We want to perfect that tajweed. So this app just comes in so handy. So the fourth point is to cut out distractions. Honestly, like the amount of times I've like started reading the Quran and then I've had my phone close to me, and then you just start getting messages popping up, or like maybe a group combo gets really active all of a sudden. So the way to do it is just put your phone on airplane mode. If you can't put it in another room, which is usually the solution, just leave the phone in the other room. But if you're reading on the phone itself, then yeah, just put the phone on airplane mode. And if you feel like you might have to download an ayah or something, what you do is you just put your phone in D&D mode, so do not disturb. And then that way you can actually focus on reading a certain amount of Quran that you have allocated for that day. And it makes it a lot easier, because if you're reading and then you're pausing and you're getting distracted, and you're reading and then you're pausing and getting distracted, you know, before you know it, you spend like an hour on something that could have taken you 10 minutes. So that's a really like crucial point. Just cut out distractions. The fifth point is to try to actually understand what you're reading. So it's really convenient when you have the Quran like this one, where you open it up and you can actually read, you know, and understand what each ayah means. So it makes it a lot easier, because you start to see the words more and more commonly, and then it just becomes a lot easier. So that is another thing. Try to understand what you're reading so that you also are excited about reading it as well. And I can't stress enough, find yourself a local sheikh that can also give you the proper translation and the actual meanings of these. Because the thing is, although this is a direct translation, if you don't have the full context, you know, you could end up interpreting it yourself and not understanding what you're actually reading. So 100% make sure to, you know, do the initial readings of it, get an understanding, but then go to a sheikh and get that full understanding of what the surah means and what, you know, I guess what the benefits are of it and what they take away from it. And the final point is to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep you steadfast on this path and to make it easier for you in the search for knowledge. So the thing about this is, it's something we already do anyways, you know, make dua for other things, but we should also make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easier for us to recite the Quran. And one cool thing I actually saw one of the sheikhs mention the other day was that as you're learning, you know, the meaning of the Quran as well, or the surahs, integrate it into your dua. So example, he was talking about like let's just say Surah Fatiha, right? So he gave the example of Surah Fatiha. So you'd be like, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So first and foremost, الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم. So there's the first two ayahs, right? And then you'll be like, so the meaning is, all praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. So what you do is when you're making dua, you'll be like, oh Allah, Lord of the worlds, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. And then you ask for something. And then the other bit, so then you go, Maliki yawmiddin, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Oh Allah, you are the sovereign of the day of recompense. It is you we worship and you we ask for help. Oh Allah, I am asking you for help right now. And pretty much just like that, like you just, you go through, like this is, I guess, one of the beginning surahs as well, so maybe it's a little bit easier to understand. So you can actually, like, as you learn these meanings, you can actually like reword it and integrate it into your du'as. Not reword the meaning of the actual, the Quran, but like reword what's being said here. So it is you we worship and you we ask for help. And literally you'd be like, oh Allah, it is you we worship and I am asking you for help right now. Or something along those lines. And it makes so much sense. When I heard this, I was like, subhanallah. Like, I've seen people when they're like making du'as, like they'll recite like ayahs from the Quran, but I've never actually, I'm sure I have, but I just didn't realize that, when you learn the meanings and then like you integrate it back into your dua. So that was something like beautiful. So I highly recommend doing that as well as a final point, which is making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but integrating those last 2 points. It's the same thing with that one as well though. I highly recommend that even with the tafsir of the Quran, the recitation of the Quran, always have a sheikh who can actually check, what you're reading, how you're reading, and can actually test what you're reading as well. So I think that is the end of the video, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more videos like this, and if you have any suggestions of other videos I can do as well, just comment below, and inshallah I'll catch you guys up in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.